Hey all you beautiful souls. Today we're going to be working with the third eye chakra that's right here between your eyes and being able to tap into that space. So we are going to get started. Go ahead and get seated and we are going to pray in. So closing your eyes and rubbing your hands together if that feels good. Just knowing in the divine mind right here and right now that the beautiful healing is taking place for infinite wisdom to come forward into this beautiful trust of intuition and healing of the divine mind and this physical vessel that is being allowed to move about like blind toddlers in the forest, and how we are being intuitively led into this beautiful wisdom and this sight and this healing and knowingness of what is to come, and just knowing into the divine mind, the one mind right here and right now, what is taking place in this healing of our human vessels, healing of our human bodies, and this vortex of energy that we are out cultivating right here and right now, and knowing this beautiful space that is being created in the divine, that is divinely protected by our angels, team, guides of the divine oneness, the connectedness in this beautiful space, stepping into the highest timeline of all for the greatest good and the greatest good of all involved right here and right now. And so it is. And with your eyes closed, if you've never worked with the third eye energy before, it can be helpful to tap that area. You can press on it and hold pressure, just starting to get your awareness of that area in the vessel that is essentially the container of that space. And so if it feels good, go ahead and tap. It's right between your eyes and like right above it right here, or you can press and hold and just simply get present with that space, get present with that energy and where you're holding that space for in your vessel to awaken, and just to tune in to those muscles and the energies that might even be stagnant if you've never worked with this before. So as you're connecting in with yourself right here and right now, I want you to take a deep belly breath in, slowly letting it out. And yes, if you are tapping your third eye, you're getting acquainted with it for the first time, or it's really unfamiliar, keep going while we're breathing. They're meant to be done simultaneously. Another deep belly breath in. Slowly letting it out. And last one, belly breath in. Slowly letting it out. And allowing yourself to just hold space for that energy and just that creation of the divine mind. And as we're getting acquainted with the third eye energy, I want you to imagine this crystalline energy just coming down through the top of your head. God's divine energy, Jesus, whomever you want to call him specifically, but for the highest good and the highest good of all involved, right here and right now is being called into this space with the divine love and healing protection. Being brought into this space so that we can tap into and turn on everything that God intended each and every one of us to have access to be able to tune in, to heal, uplift, and be that piece of our world that we are meant to serve in, heal in, walk in, guide in, move in the divine way, the divine mind right here and right now. Just allow that divine energy to flow through the top of your head and through to that space. And at the same time, down in your root chakra energy that's down in your pelvis, I want you to imagine this beautiful red ball of energy just starting to warm up and rev up like this beautiful engine. And I want you to rev this energy up, with this energy on both sides coming in from above and below into the third eye. And what I want you to do is just simply think of a really happy event in your life or a moment, something that just like instantly draws happiness and joy and that like feel good, just like sensation where you're just like so excited. I want you to pull that memory and I want you to project it from your third eye as if you're watching a movie. as if you are watching the screen and you're reliving it, almost as if you're second nature of the thing. But I want you to feel into this moment. I want you to feel into this energy. I want you to feel into this joy and the emotion, and I want you to relive it. And I want you to hold that space as you're projecting from your third eye into this beautiful space of that consciousness that you're creating that joy out of. And so if you've already done it, go ahead and keep going and just hold that space. Hold that joy, hold that energy, hold that loudness that your connection and your joy and your happiness brings, to where you are just so overwhelming and echoing with your energy of positivity and just joy and energy. Allow yourself to feel into this beautiful chorus of frequency that is pulsating through your human vessel. Allow yourself to hold that projection in your mind's eye, that third eye. Living into that joy, living into that positivity right here and right now, knowing every thought held is of the divine mind for the highest intention, the highest love, the highest good of all involved, being held right here and right now. Allowing this joy and this momentum to hold this person over with divine protection as they go forward about this day, where they are able to hold themselves in this higher regard, in this higher timeline, feeling that divine love, that divine projection that is over them for their lives right here and right now, should they consent to receiving this gift of divine protection, of divine love, of divine compassion. Filling into this one space right here and right now, the divine mind that is directly covering. Taking a deep breath in, slowly letting it out. And I want you just to simply hold space for yourself and the energy that you've created. Feeling into this joy and this happiness, but this aura you've created around yourself of this beautiful positive energy where you're just full of love, full of vitality, full of healing, full of joy, full of whatever it is that you're wanting to create in a positive realm. Allowing yourself to just hold space. Knowing you are so capable of creating anything it is that you want in your reality. We just have to be willing to look at it and hold that space. And being able to hold that divine protection for all involved and for the highest good to take place. Knowing that it is divine spiritual law that we each stay in our own lane, but that we can hold the space of joy and happiness to take place if it is a benefit to all involved. And if nothing else, creating the joy within us allows our aura and our energy to quantum leap and maintain on these higher timelines despite everything else going on around us that in the human realm might seem less than or even catastrophic. Taking a deep breath in, slowly letting it out. Allowing yourself to just feel into this space as we start to come back to our bodies. Releasing any energy that might still be pinned up. One last big belly breath in. Slowly letting it out. Allowing yourself to hold gratitude. Just so thankful and grateful right here and right now for all of those involved. who held that space for themselves as they're learning and cultivating, creating within themselves the most divine aspect and being they possibly can become for themselves as they find their fit, find their match, find their peace and place in this 3D matrix world that we are all walking in and learning in, for we are simply spiritual beings having a human experience, and leveling up that consciousness and the willingness and capable of for our soul's evolution, knowing it is all meant for the divine mind right here and right now. And I'm just so grateful and thankful for all of you involved, for being willing to put yourself into this beautiful space, to co-create with me. Doesn't matter when you're creating or when you're watching this, time is irrelevant. It's not linear. And being in this beautiful quantum realm, hanging out with me. One last big belly breath in. Slowly letting it out as you come back to yourself, come back to your body, come back to your space. I pray that you have a fantastic body high right now and are sitting on cloud 9 like I am. Because just being in this beautiful energy that we can create is beautiful and epic, and anyone can do this. We all just have to be willing participants. So I am so proud of you. Continuing your journey. You're doing phenomenal. I cannot wait to connect with y'all. Until next time.